What is going on, everybody? So I am back today to talk about a film that I have been anticipating watching since I've seen people post about it online. And this movie was one of the most ridiculous experiences I've had watching a movie all year. And surprisingly enough, it was released directly to streaming on the Roku channel, which is completely free. And so because of that, I didn't know what the quality was going to be like or how the movie was going to be presented, but it ended up being a blast. And the movie I'm going to be talking about today is Weird, the Al Yankovic Story. Weird, the Al Yankovic Story is directed by Eric Appel, exploring every facet of Weird Al Yankovic's life, from his meteoric rise to fame with early hits like Eat It and Like a Surgeon, to his torrid celebrity love affairs and famously depraved lifestyle. This biopic takes audiences on a truly unbelievable journey through Yankovic's life and career, from gifted child prodigy to the greatest musical legend of all time. So, I was a huge fan of Weird Al Yankovic when I was a young kid, as I think a lot of people were growing up, because Weird Al represents like everything that is beautiful about being weird and being like an outcast and being someone who approaches something that's typically more straightforward, like the music industry, and taking songs and parodying them in the goofiest way imaginable. And I really connected with Weird Al's music as a kid. I've always enjoyed it over the years. I love that he's really kind of stuck to who he is as an artist for such a long period of time. And that's really impressive to me, is that there's that dedication and that love for making people laugh. And that's, comedy is so hard these days, even more. And I feel like, I don't even see as many great comedy films hit the theaters, or just comedy in general, because people, I don't know what it is about that genre that's so difficult for people other than, coming up with original material. And Weird Al has somehow continued to manage it throughout his career. And so I was really looking forward to seeing this. And when I saw those images of Daniel Radcliffe at first, I was like, holy cow, how is this going to be? And Daniel Radcliffe does give a fantastic performance as Weird Al in this. Obviously, calling this a biopic is pretty funny. This feels like Weird Al's attempt at like making fun of biopics in general. There's so many moments in this that are kind of poking fun at those cliched moments that you see in almost every biopic that is released, and it really hits some really absurdist moments throughout it, that a lot of it feels like jokes that Weird Al has with the people involved in the production, and just kind of like jabs at himself. I saw that Eric Appel, the guy who directed this, also wrote the screenplay with Weird Al, so it seems like he had a lot of ability to kind of shape this into the way that he wanted to, and it works out really well. Obviously, the through line of this is just like his dad really doesn't want him to be a musician. He decides to do it anyway when he goes off to college, and just kind of his struggle and rise to stardom, and then his relationship that he has with Madonna, which is absolutely hilarious. I feel like it really adds to just the overall goofiness of the film. Their chemistry together is really hilarious, and going through the cast of characters that show up in this movie would be silly, because it's like checkmark every celebrity that you could ever imagine that pops up in this that loves Weird Al and wanted to support him, from people like Jack Black, Conan O'Brien, Rainn Wilson. There's just so many people that show up in this movie, and they all really give great performances and really add to the overall impact of this movie. Even Patton Oswalt shows up at one point for like 5 seconds, and it's a really fun and entertaining film. It's not perfect, but it will leave a smile on your face the whole time. This feels like something from a very different era, almost reminiscent of Weird Al's UHF, where there's a lot of just really goofy slapstick humor, a lot of very dark comedic moments. This movie gets very violent at points, which I thought was really hilarious that they didn't pull back from that as well when it makes the humor come across more intensely, and I was really appreciative of that as well. And yeah, this was just one of the most fun experiences I've had watching a movie. There's sometimes where I just want to sit down and watch a movie that makes me laugh and makes me smile, and that's what this did. And the third act of this just goes so bonkers in a direction that I did not expect them to take it, to where I was laughing through the whole end credit sequence. Like, it was just so well executed. And so if you haven't seen this yet, download that Roku app and just watch it. It's completely free. You just have to register for it, and it's totally worth it. It's such an entertaining film, and I think you'll really have a good time with it. So have you seen Weird, the Al Yankovic Story? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought. I thought this movie was so entertaining and fun, and I enjoyed every second of it. As always, if you can like the video and subscribe to the channel, it helps me out a lot and lets me know the type of content you're looking for. I'm always putting out new material and look forward to getting more out for you in the near future. And as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.